If you always have to look into countless vaults to find your equipment, these strategies are perfect for you. In the next 10 minutes I'm going to show you how to build storage rooms that are so efficient that you will be able to store so much gear you will never run out of it ever again. You can easily build your dedicated storages into your base's floor so that you can walk across them. Without blocking yourself, you will still be able to easily access them while standing on top of them. For the first method, we'll start by building a simple structure with a few foundations. Next, we'll construct a frame, one wall high, and use ceilings to mark out the storage area inside. At this stage, there should be a small free space inside, which we'll build on further, by stacking large crop plots on top of each other, 3 high. With this, we can raise the floor enough to place dedicated storages at that height. We'll do this for all 4 foundations, as we'll need the extra space for additional structures I'll show you later. Adding tables will let us place dedicated storages on top of them. This doesn't have to be perfectly neat, just place the first table down and the others will snap to it. Once enough tables are placed, start adding your dedicated storages. Place the first one in the corner so it aligns with the ceiling and the rest will snap to it. This trick also works with feeding troughs and even structures like fridges and cryofridges. However, in order to place fridges and cryofridges, exactly 1 crop plot is sufficient to raise the floor enough so that it fits neatly with the ceilings. On a side note, as of I'm editing this, I'm at about 6k subs. If you could sub to help me reaching my goal of 10k subs by the end of the year, I would greatly appreciate it. The cheapest and simplest method, but not quite as beautiful, is to enclose the area with quarter walls or railings instead of normal walls. You can easily snap ramps and other structures to quarters, allowing you to easily walk on your storage area. Once you have fenced off the area, simply place your dedicated storages in the area and you have a simple, inexpensive, but still efficient dedicated storage room. For a flawless method, sink a foundation into the ground. It doesn't really matter how far, it just needs to be sunk a little bit into the ground. Add 2 railings and another foundation with a ladder, which you can use to align yourself precisely. Now take a foundation and place it exactly in the corner of the outer railing. To be precise, you can also wear flippers. Then raise the foundation so that it lines up nicely with the railing at the top edge. To be able to walk perfectly over the dedicated storage, the foundation must be just a little bit above the railings. To be even more precise, you can lower the horizontal and vertical mouse acceleration in these settings, which will allow you to raise and lower the foundation more accurately. Building a cryo floor is much easier than you think, and you can easily install it in your existing base. To do this, sink a foundation into the ground or use a foundation you already have. Build a wall on the backside of this foundation and place a ceiling on top. You can now snap railings to the underside of your ceiling. Place 2 railings at the bottom of your ceiling, corresponding to the height of a cryofridge. Add 2 railings and another foundation with a ladder, which you can use to align yourself precisely. Now, take a foundation and place it exactly in the corner of the outer railing. Then raise the foundation so that it lines up nicely with the railing at the top. Place another ceiling and you can now place the cryofridges and walk on them. All blueprints and templates used in this video are available to all my YouTube members on my Discord and can be downloaded there. As you have already seen, in addition to your dedicated storage, you can also perfectly integrate chem benches, crafting stations and fabricators into your floor. It is a little easier to build good crafting floors on unofficial settings, but if you want to know how to build really good floors on official settings, check out Smarf. It's especially easy with chem benches and smithies as they perfectly fit into the corners and you won't get stuck when you run over the quarter ceilings. If you do get stuck running from your crafting area back to ground zero, you can simply set a quarter ceiling with the right settings, and then you can walk around flawlessly again. Stacked walls are reducing the space walls need while increasing your storage and keeping them accessible from the same floor. We're building a frame with two walls. We need this to correctly align the walls to each other, so as soon as we drop the walls, we perfectly align them to each other. For the first row of walls, it is pretty straightforward. You're placing the first vault in the corner where the walls meet. After that, you need to snap the other vault to this one and fill the row. After that, we build a fetch wall on the most outer wall and place ceilings across the whole length. You can use whatever you like because we have to destroy the structure later, so I would suggest to keep it cheap. When we're building the same edge like the floor before and place the walls the same way, the last step is to destroy the fetch wall we placed earlier. Since we cannot normally break or pick it up without affecting the walls, we'll use a sword to destroy it. This way only the wall will be removed and the walls placed on top will stay in place and drop to the walls we placed earlier. You now can see that all walls drop down and are in place now. With everything we've learned so far, it's super easy to build an ARB crafting area where you can craft thousands of ARB per minute. We'll start with any daddy floor. It doesn't matter if you build a perfect variant or one that's cheap. It's important that the daddy floor is at least 4 dedicated storage units wide, but ideally 6, which I'll explain later. Now, build a frame with quarter walls around your dedicated storage units. Within this frame, use quarter ceilings to build the base for our chem benches. You can now place chem benches on these ceilings in the corner so that they face inwards towards the dedicated storages. Everything has worked if you can stand at the daddies and still walk through the area while accessing your chem benches. In the end, you should have a corridor in the middle that is at least 3 dedicated storage units wide. At the 4 corners of the crafting area, you can now build outwards with ceilings or quarter ceilings. We need this so that we can build our replicators. Now place a replicator in each corner that you can use to craft ARB. In the end, the whole thing should look like this. Fill your daddies with flint, stone and whatever you need. After that, you can easily use the resources from your dedicated storages and place them directly in your chem benches and craft spark and gunpowder. Once they are crafted, you can use your replicators to craft ARB. I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button and leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.